Do you feel like you've watched every tutorial out there, yet when you go to actually start writing code, you have no idea what to do? It's like you haven't learned anything and you're completely lost, and this is a very familiar feeling, and it's called tutorial hell. Tutorial hell really traps new programmers because you feel like you're being productive, but it doesn't translate into real coding skills. So in this video, I'm going to give you a complete roadmap on how you can get better at programming without falling into the trap of tutorial hell. So let's break down exactly what tutorial hell is, because simply watching a tutorial doesn't mean you're in tutorial hell, and in fact they can be fantastic resources as long as you use them properly. Now tutorial hell really means that you have an over-reliance on guides, right, on other people's code, on watching someone do something. If you are simply watching a video, copying everything that they do, and then as soon as the video's over you really have no idea where to go, you're probably in tutorial hell. However, if you watch a tutorial and you feel like you actually got a deeper understanding, you can now go out on your own and replicate what you saw, then you are totally fine and you can continue watching those types of tutorials. Everybody learns differently, and I know for me that I found a lot of value in tutorials when I was starting out coding, and as I got better and better, I slowly weaned off of them and started doing more work on my own. Anyways, let me break down how you can escape this if this is you, because it's a very familiar feeling and it's something that pretty much everyone goes through when they're just starting out. So step number one here is to always focus on the fundamentals. Whether you're watching a tutorial or you're reading a textbook or whatever resource you're using to learn, you want to use this not to memorize some piece of syntax or to get down all of the methods or the exact lines of code, but to understand why someone's doing something and how you can apply that to other situations. If we take something like a for loop, sure, you want to eventually memorize the syntax for that, but when you start learning it, you should understand what is a for loop, how does that compare to other tools that I have, and when would I use this tool. Good tutorials will explain that to you. Bad tutorials will just show you what it is and that's it, right? As if they're just trying to teach you how to memorize it. So when you're going through resources, always try to get down to the why. Why am I using this? Why does this work? And how would I apply it to different situations? And a good way to do that is to always pause videos or tutorials and ask yourself questions. Try to predict what the instructor is going to teach you next. And if you have a question and it's not answered, go and look that up. Don't simply rely on a single resource. Always go out of your way to find extra information and to challenge yourself constantly. Programming is about thinking, and you need to constantly be thinking, especially when you're learning this, and challenging yourself at every step of the way. Ask yourself why, how does this apply to what I might want to do in the future, and really just focus on getting those fundamental skills down and understanding rather than memorizing. And another great thing that you can do is to constantly test yourself. So after you finish a tutorial, give yourself the challenge of summarizing what you learned in 1 minute. Are you able to explain what you just got from this video? If you watched a tutorial on while loops, for example, can you explain to someone else what a while loop is? One of the best ways to learn is actually to explain things, even if you're just doing it to a camera or your computer or no one else in the room, because you very quickly realize if you understand something or not, if you're able to explain it to someone else. Now, the next thing you can do that will help you tremendously is to turn everything into a mini project. Now, we all know that one of the best ways to learn is to work on projects, but it's daunting and pretty much impossible to constantly build massive projects. So instead of trying to work on something huge that you're going to put on your resume, turn everything that you want to learn into a really small project. And I'll give you a concrete example. Let's say that you want to learn matplotlib, okay? You want to do some graphing. Rather than just saying, I want to learn matplotlib, you're going to say, okay, I want to create a project where I display 4 different graphs on a dashboard in a browser, right? Or on a website. Come up with something that's logical, but that's small enough that you can create in like an hour or 2 hours. Now, the reason why you always want to have some kind of project associated with what you're learning is because when you do that, it forces you to learn specific skills to achieve that goal. So rather than blindly going through a bunch of tutorials or going through a ton of content that you may not actually need, you're going to focus on finding the resources for that specific project. If you want to build a Discord bot in Python, of course, you're going to look at different content than if you just wanted to generally learn Python. It helps you focus your learning and to immediately take what you're learning and apply it into some real world situation. Now, this is exactly what programmers do every single day. They pretty much don't learn something new unless they know they're going to need to use it for some kind of project. And that guides their learning and forces them to pick up specific skills, problem solve, find issues, issues and go to really specific resources for exactly what they want to do. So when you're trying to learn something new, always start with an end goal or a project in mind. It can be big, it can be small, but this helps tremendously. And yes, I understand it's easier said than done, but you always want to say, okay, I'm learning this for the reason of trying to build this thing. After you build that thing, you can go on and build many more, but the more mini projects you can work on, the more you're going to learn, and the more you're going to feel like you actually understand these things and can build real world applications. Now, the next thing that you need to do is to wean off of tutorials. Now look, tutorials can be fantastic, and even if you're an advanced programmer, you can still get some value out of them. But the better and better you get, the less tutorials you need to watch. And that's actually why on my channel, for example, I have a lot more beginner and intermediate tutorials than I do advanced. Because yes, some advanced tutorials are useful, but truthfully, most of the advanced stuff, people are going to be able to learn faster on their own or by using other resources because they're already at the level where they know how to figure stuff out. So when you're just starting out, you can have some reliance on tutorials. But as you start to get better and better and you progress through your journey, you're going to do more work on your own without relying on some type of guide. So you want to utilize tools like AI, use AI code editors, use tools like ChatGPT, use documentation, use Stack Overflow, pretty much use any resource you can get your hand on to solve a particular problem. That's what really good software engineers do. They have some type of problem, and now they have the experience to know how to figure it out. They can go out on the internet, and if anyone solved this type of problem before, they can find that solution, they can implement it, and they can adjust it as they need. So start getting in the habit of doing that, and set yourself a rule where every single tutorial you watch, you're going to spend the same amount of time doing something on your own. Again, very important, especially when you get to that intermediate and advanced level, that you do most of your work on your own and you use different resources like AI, communities, Stack Overflow, etc. to solve your own problems. Now, this last point here is extremely important, and this is to embrace the struggle. Look, programming is difficult. It oftentimes doesn't work out. You run into bugs. There are issues. You can't find the answer to a solution. That is all part of becoming a software engineer, and you need to embrace that as a part of your journey. Every single programmer has stared at their monitor, felt like an imposter, and had no idea what to do next. That's part of the journey, and that doesn't mean that you're failing. It actually means that you're making progress. The more that you struggle, the more errors you run into, the more problems you have to solve, the more things that go wrong, that's actually where you learn. That's where you get better. And I can tell you, over 10 years of learning how to code now, the times when I felt I've made the most progress is when I've been completely stuck, when I've had no idea how to fix something, and then all of a sudden, by some miracle, I do a bunch of problem solving and I find the solution. I can still remember bugs that I solved 5 or 6 years ago because they were so damn frustrating and I had to put in so much effort, but now I'll never run into that issue again. And I also know that if I run into a problem, I'm going to be able to solve it because I've solved so many problems in the past. So struggling is just a part of becoming a good software engineer. Trust me, I know it's frustrating. I've had many broken tech devices in my room because of learning how to code, but that is part of the process, and just embrace it. Coding is a skill, not a talent, and the more you show up and the more effort you put in, the better you get, just like any other skill. And with that in mind, if you guys do want to get better at programming and you're looking for a great resource to do that helps keep you out of tutorial hell, then check out the sponsor of today's video, which is Brilliant. Brilliant is where you learn by doing, with thousands of lessons in math, data analysis, programming, and AI. They adopt a first principles approach, ensuring you understand the why behind each concept. Every lesson is interactive, engaging you in hands-on problem solving, which has proven to be 6 times more effective than simply watching lectures. The content is developed by top-notch educators, researchers, and professionals from renowned institutions like MIT, Caltech, and Google. Brilliant emphasizes enhancing your critical thinking abilities through active problem solving rather than memorization. As you learn specific subjects, you're simultaneously training your mind to think more effectively. Consistent daily learning is crucial, and Brilliant makes it effortless with their bite-sized lessons, allowing you to acquire meaningful knowledge in just a few minutes each day, perfect for replacing idle screen time. Additionally, Brilliant offers a comprehensive range of computer science and Python courses, as well as extensive AI workshops guiding you from a complete beginner to an expert through practical, hands-on lessons. Try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days by visiting brilliant.org/techwithtim or click the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription.